What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's day has been positive. I hope everybody's day has been productive. I hope everybody woke up today and did something that they loved or is doing something that they love to do. And I do appreciate the support I've been showing on these recent videos. And if any of these videos resonate with you, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to comment. I appreciate it. But yeah, let's get into it. We got to stop overthinking. Overthinking it does nothing but create a rabbit hole for our mind. Overthinking does nothing but create a rabbit hole. It's the cousin to fear. It's the cousin to fear. Once you create a rabbit hole, it's hard to get out of it. It's hard to get out of it. And the deeper you go into a rabbit hole, the more you're going to have to climb out of it once you realize you did not have to overthink the whole time. We tend to really ignore the voice in our head. And we tend to ignore what our heart says to do, because what our heart says to do is not always the most comfortable. You know, it doesn't benefit us, or at least we don't think it does. So we ignore it. And a lot of the times, usually most of the time, we end up doing it anyway, or having to do it at some point because our heart told us to do it 2 years ago. Overthinking has been put on us because we are so worried about what other people think about us. You know what I'm saying? We're so worried about what other people think about us and what people will do to us if we don't do what they want us to do. So we tend to go with what is going to please others. Again, being distracted. You know, being distracted is another contributor to overthinking. You know, because the first thing we think in our mind is, okay, is what if this goes wrong? Or what if this doesn't go right? Or what if he says this about this? Or what if she says this about that? Not realizing that you're even in a rabbit hole right there. But the more you do that to yourself, the more you think like that, the deeper the rabbit hole goes. And the deeper the rabbit hole goes. And before you know it, you're lost. And before you know it, you don't know who you are. And then you want to put it on other people. When you see someone else doing something positive, when you see someone else doing something great, you want to put them down, whether we realize it or not. Because one thing that I can contest to is that sometimes people will put you down for something that you don't even see that you have. Sometimes people will point the finger at you and laugh or hate on you because they see a blessing that you may not even realize that you have, because you are a humble human being, because you carry yourself in a way where you don't look at yourself that way. But other people see it, and they won't tell you that they see it, but they will hate on you, and they'll do everything negatively to you with a smile, you know, the whole time, and you won't even realize it. You know, because that person has lost themselves, and they're so far away from being in alignment that they want to bring others with them. You know what I'm saying? They want you to feel the same way they feel, whether they realize it or not. You know, a lot of people tend to blame others for what they've created for themselves. And then again, thinking that buying things and pleasing people is what's going to bring them back to their center. You can't buy peace. You can't pay, you know, for happiness. You can't pay to be fulfilled. Those things are nice and all, but it does not cure you. It's free to find peace. It's free to be in alignment. It's free to not overthink. It's free to inspire. It's free to breathe. It's free to go after what you want. It's free to not listen to negativity. It's free to do what it is that you want to do. A lot of things that are priceless and you can't put money on are free. We can start today. We don't need anyone's approval. We don't need to wait for someone to say, hey, you should do that. Not necessarily. We can start today, you know, because we'll listen to somebody else's voice before we listen to our own voice. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't listen to what other people say, because you can learn from everyone. But why listen to somebody else's voice when your voice is with you all the time? Why not listen to your voice when your voice is never wrong? We just tend to ignore it and think it's a coincidence, and we put it to the side and we go with what other people are saying, and all that does is detach us further away from who we truly are. Listen to your voice first. Listen to what your heart is saying. Listen to what it is that's inside of you, because you can't pay for that. You can't buy that. And no one is going to come to you and tap you on the shoulder and tell you what you should do, especially when they truly don't know you more than you should know you. And the voice inside of you is going to tell you what you should do, even if what you should do may not sound comfortable at the time. Because I'll tell you this, if you do it, if you take that leap of faith and listen to what your voice is saying, your universe comes together for you. Everything comes in alignment at some point. At an appointed time, everything comes together. Even when it sounds scary, even when it's uncomfortable, even when people disagree, even when people tell you or say you shouldn't do that, or no, don't go that way, go this way. Eventually, those people, well, I won't say all, but some will go, well, wow, that person actually made it happen. And that shows you just how much weight people's opinions really have. We give other people's opinions more weight than what they really have. You know, especially when we go along with what they're telling us instead of listening to what our voice is telling us. So again, don't overthink it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we tend to overlook the answer because when you look straight forward, you don't see what's right here. You know what I'm saying? So it's really easy to think that it's outside of us and that we have to listen to what other people are saying, but it's right here all along. You know what I'm saying? It's right here all along. So no matter what it is you're going through, keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Anything is possible. You know what I'm saying? Until next time.